Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a while since I've seen y'all. In the last few weeks, my husband had knee surgery, and although it wasn't complicated, he was kind of laid up for a little bit. So now that we finally have his knee fixed, it's going to be a bit of a recovery, but I've been helping him quite a bit. And when he started to feel better, I took a small little girls trip up to Placerville with some really close friends and went to Apple Hill and Placerville. So if you live in California, that's a definite bucket list place to go. It's absolutely beautiful this time of year, and every variety known to mankind of apples are up in that area. Today we are going to take out hopefully all three of the Salvia leucantha. This has been beautiful, but too big and too woolly, and I have many plants underneath here and you don't know about them, and they have probably suffered because they've been hidden under this beautiful but too big of a plant. And I'm almost 5'9", so you can tell and how large these get. I wish I could kind of keep it more compact, but each year it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So we're going to take these out, and I have 3 hibiscus and 3 plumbago that I need to transplant. I don't know if we're going to be able to get all of them transplanted, but I definitely am going to bring that one of the hibiscus back here today. I want to prep this area first. I'll take this out and then we'll go up front and pull up the hibiscus. Hello everyone, it's the next day. I keep forgetting, since we did the time change a few weeks ago, and for those of you, I think there's a few states that don't adhere to that. We turned our clocks back. I was working in the garden, and before I knew it, the sun was setting and it was too dark for me to say goodbye. So even the other day, I was planting our walkway. I got rid of all the zinnias, and I thought, oh my goodness, am I gonna have to wear a headlamp? Because it just, within a few days, it's gonna start getting dark by 4:30 here. So anyway, that's why it's a new day. What I took out was the one of 3 or 4 Salvia leucantha, also known as Santa Barbara sage. And I transplanted one of the 3 hibiscus that we need to transplant. And I'll make sure I put a photo up. It's from Proven Winners Evening Rose. And I'm not going to prune it back until early spring. We are here in Fresno, our average frost date, first frost, is about December 6th. And I thought it was a bee, it's a ladybug. Our first frost date is December 6th, and our last frost date is around January 29th. And I know rule of thumb is to try and get your plants in about 6 weeks before your first frost. But because we're so mild, I prefer to transplant in the fall so they can kind of get a bit of a head start come spring. And you never know, we can warm up in February, we can warm up in March. It just depends. And when we do drop down low to the 30s, occasionally we'll have a 28, 29 degree evening. It's for such a short amount of time, maybe about an hour or two, and then the temperatures start coming up again. In the process of transplanting the hibiscus, there was a bandana yellow lantana I had to take out, an artemisia, and I've put those over there, and I'll show you where I put those. But you can tell, probably not right now, but in December, I am going to do a winter tour. There are so many plants behind the lantana and the geraniums over here in front of the roses that we just need to pull out. When I first planted everything, everything was just so small, and now it's just grown very, very large. So I'm looking forward to how this is going to look come spring. These are zone 4 through 9. They get about 4 feet tall and about 5 feet wide. Now you're probably thinking, well, wasn't that about how big your Salvia leucantha is? Yes, you're right. But I took the smallest of the 3 hibiscus and put it here. And we're going to see just how big it does grow. This is hit really hard in the afternoon in the summertime. So we will see just how big it gets. And also, when I had it over in our front garden, the leaves did not turn that dark color. They were more of a bright green. And I think it's just because when I first planted them, they received a lot of sun. And I think over the years, the camphor trees have just grown so thick that they don't get very much sun anymore. So we're gonna see what this looks like come spring. And I really do hope it puts on a magnificent show because I think they're a gorgeous plant. Let me go show you where I put a few of the other plants and where I need to take out the other Salvia leucantha. This area right here used to be completely shaded by the Photinia. Now that it's gone, I had to take all the hydrangeas out, and I'll show you where I place those in just a minute. However, you'll see one of the artemisia that I pulled out, and I trimmed it way back. It should be okay. It should start pushing a little bit of growth. I don't know how much it will, but if it doesn't make it, I'm okay. I think it was only $5. Oh, you know what? I was going to let you know, all those salvia plants that we have that we're now finally taking out, we picked all those up on clearance for $1 each. And so they've given us a lot of bang for our buck over the course of the last several years. I'm not sure how my calla lilies will do in the sun, but we're going to keep these here for now. So I'll have to put some more plants right here because this area is going to get hit very hard come this summer. Let me show you where I put the hydrangeas. This area right here gets a little bit of sun in the afternoon, not very much, very, very filtered. My calla lilies in the back are coming up, and right in the front of the hydrangeas, the ones that look a little bit more yellow and tattered, these are the hydrangeas that I moved from over there that I was just right behind the pink dianthus. Again, I'm okay with moving them right now. They'll get a little bit of nice cool sun during the winter time, and in the spring I am hoping that this will be a bank of pink hydrangeas. Now these they don't have a specific name attached to them. I just think I picked them up at Lowe's and Home Depot when they were on clearance many years ago, and all it just said was hydrangea on the side of it. So this area should be very, very full come this next spring. Before I show you the other 2 Salvia leucanthas that we're going to pull up, I wanted to just briefly show you the begonias that are still going strong. I can't believe Thanksgiving is almost a week away, and my lamium and the begonias just look amazing still. We are almost at the end of November. Look how great the the begonias are doing, all in front of the hydrangeas. I just haven't had the heart to pull them out, and if they continue going, I will keep them in here as long as they can. The Ipomea I might have to pull out, I'm not sure. It's looking a little tattered, but all in all, I think it looks amazing. This area here by Chief's doghouse, this is the last bit of the salvia we need to pull out. You can see that it's all laying down on the ground. They were standing up and looked a bit more beautiful, but we had ourselves a really good rain a few weeks ago, and they just never came back from that. I think the rain pushed them down, and yeah, it's time for something new. It's a little too woolly and big, and I'm thinking of putting a hibiscus over here. Maybe on this side, like flanking the doghouse, possibly. I'm not sure. I need to move the plumbago from over there as well. So a lot of plants I'm going to be moving here in the next few weeks. When I do the December tour, all this will be cleaned up. And the hibiscus will be put here, and maybe some winter annuals, we'll see. And we'll see how the other plants underneath are doing and faring, because I think I have some African daisies, I have Ogon grass, I have agapanthus. I've almost forgotten what I have because they've been covered for so long. So I hope you'll come back for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving. We'll see you soon. Bye.